Good afternoon, and thank you for joining on today's webinar for Life on Board with Amtrak Vacations. I am your host today, Renee DeFlippo. I am a senior vacations consultant here at Amtrak Vacations. I've worked here for a few years now. I really love traveling, especially by train, so I'm really excited to share some great information with you all today. Now, don't forget to download your handouts here on the go-to panel. We have some great things going on today, like a flash sale I'll be talking about, and some sleeper accommodation tips and pointers that you can download. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the questions box, and at the end of the presentation, I will answer those questions for you. So we have something really great going on currently. Today is the first day of our flash sale. It's for upgrades to sleeper accommodations. So this is for vacation packages with hotels, trains, and tours. If you upgrade to a roomette accommodation, you will save $200 off per couple, or the bedroom accommodation for $300 off per couple. So this is only for a limited time offer. As of right now, we don't know when it's ending, so it could end today, tomorrow, next week. So if you're interested in booking anything, I would just give us a call today to get on this sale going on. Now, what makes Amtrak Vacations different? First off, it's a bucket list experience. Traveling by train is something fun, different, and unique. Room to roam, so you are able to walk around the train, talk with other people, go to the other cars that the train has to offer. You don't have to sit in your seat or your sleeper car the whole time. It is less hassle. It's less hassle to book. You just give us a call and we do everything for you. Also, you don't have to arrive 2 to 3 hours ahead of time to check in. You only have to be there like 45 minutes to an hour. And you don't have to pay for checked baggages, which is great. And this is an important tool when planning a vacation for Amtrak Vacations. This is the Amtrak Vacations system map. So all the colorful lines you see are the train routes that Amtrak travels on, and the little black dots are locations that we have vacation packages to. So places that we have hotels and tours. The Amtrak runs 46 out of the 48 continental states, with the exception of South Dakota and Wyoming. We do cross the border into Canada and use Via Rail. And for most of the packages that we're going to talk about today, they do start in Chicago, just because that's the hub of Amtrak. But you may ask, what if you want to travel from your hometown? And we definitely could customize any vacation from your hometown. Just because you don't see it on our website or our brochure, that round trip from your location, doesn't mean we don't do it. Just give us a call and definitely can add that on for you. Now, what does customized mean? We can combine itineraries from your hometown and create a vacation designed for you. Just about everything we offer could be customized and tailor-made. So whatever you want on your vacation, we could put together for you. So for example, if you are interested in the Glacier National Park Express Tour, that starts in Chicago for a couple nights, to go over to East Glacier, you'll stay there for 3 nights. To go to Seattle for 2 nights, and you say, hey, I might as well go to Vancouver and Victoria while I'm over there, we could add that on for you. So combining 2 packages, we can do that. Or another way we can customize is adding an additional nights. For example, our Rails to the Grand Canyon package includes 2 nights at the Grand Canyon, but if you want to stay 1 more additional night or a few additional nights, we could add that in for you. Also, if you want to change the base hotel to an upgraded hotel, we can do that as well. Plus add on the Los Angeles Getaway onto the Grand Canyon package to spend a couple nights in LA. Again, customizing a package made for you. The best part of traveling by train is seeing what our country has to offer. You'll see the big cities, deserts, mountains, prairies, farms, oceans. swamplands, everything that the United States has to offer. You can see just by the seat of the train. So much different than just traveling by plane, seeing the clouds, or doing a cruise and just looking out at the ocean. It's definitely a different way to travel. So once you're ready for your trip and you're planning for packing for the train, we have passengers are able to carry 2 free carry-on bags. So that is 25 pounds and under, as well as 2 checked bags, which is 50 pounds and under. In all, luggages can be checked around 45 minutes to an hour ahead of time. So again, you don't have to get to the train station 2 to 3 hours ahead of time. Which is a great thing about traveling by train, which I love, is that you can bring all size liquids on the train, like full bottles of shampoo and conditioner. You don't have to pack the small travel ones if you guys don't want to, as well as you can bring your own food and drinks on the train. While you're on the train, we have 3 different accommodations you could choose from. The first accommodation is our coach class, which is seats that recline 45 degrees back. They do have a lot of leg room and arm room. You do have access to the dining car and the lounge car. All the cars you still have access to. You also can put your baggage above you or below your seat. The most popular accommodation that we have to offer is the roomette accommodation. So here, this is 2 seats facing each other during the day, and at night turns down to an upper and a lower berth. So right here where that woman is sitting, that will change down to a bed, and then right above her, the top berth will come down. And all meals while in the roomette will be included. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, the bathroom is just shared down the hall. So the toilet, shower, and sink is just a few steps away from the room, but it's only shared with the people who have the roomette car in your train. It's also a private bathroom. So once you get in there, you can lock it and no one will be in there with you. And there is a couple of bathrooms in per train, so you don't have to worry about a line or anything like that. If you wanted a step up from the roomette, I would suggest the bedroom accommodation, which is still 2 seats facing each other during the day. One is kind of like a sofa style seat, the other regular type seat with a big window to the side. At night, it's still be an upper and a lower berth. Right there where you see that woman sitting, that will change down to a lower berth. It is a little bit bigger than the roomette lower berth, so 2 people could sleep on it. And right above her is when the top berth will fold down. So the bedroom, again, will have all meals included while you are in that room. So that is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as the bathroom is included in the room with you. So the toilet, sink, and shower is right in the room with you. Whatever accommodations you have the freedom to get out of your seat and walk around. You can go to the observation car, which is my personal favorite car. It's basically like a fishbowl on wheels, floor to ceiling windows. You could sit there, have a glass of wine, read your book, see what the scenery is around you. Or you can go to the lounge car, which is booth type seating. They do have a cafe car in there as well. They could purchase some snacks, sandwiches, some beer, wine, drinks, and just sit there. You can play games, read your books, and socialize with other people around. So dining on the train, like I said before, all your meals included while you are upgraded to the roomette or the bedroom accommodation. So they do have meals freshly prepared to order. It's not like planes where they just heat it up. Everything's made to order. So if you have any allergies, we can accommodate you. And when booking your vacation, just let us know that and we can put that on the reservation. So if you really think about it, Amtrak is not just a train. It's a hotel, restaurant, and sightseeing all wrapped up into one. Now we're going to hop right into our top itineraries for 2019. Our first package that I'm going to talk about today is the Grand National Parks with Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and Glacier. This is so popular because it has 3 different train routes as well as 3 different parks that you would see along the way. So here, this vacation starts in Chicago, or we can customize it from your hometown, and it will be one night on the Southwest Chief down to Williams. We will spend one night in Williams before taking the train up to the Grand Canyon. Spending one night on the South Rim before taking that Grand Canyon Railway train back down to Williams, and taking another overnight over to San Francisco. There you'll spend 2 nights at a hotel before taking a train, the Coast Starlight, up the coast to Seattle, spending one night there, taking an overnight train to Glacier Park, and spending 3 nights at Glacier Park before taking the Empire Builder back to Chicago or whatever town you started in. So on this trip in Williams, you will have the round trip service and coach accommodations on the Grand Canyon Railway train. So this train brings you from Williams to the South Rim. This does come with the coach class, but again, you can upgrade to the first class. I usually upgrade everyone that I book to first class, or I would suggest the observation cart or the lounge cart to upgrade to. Once you're up there in the South Rim, you will have the Motor Coach Grand Rim Tour of the Rim. Will have some free time, guided tour, take some time to get pictures and do what you need to do up there. While you're in San Francisco, you will have 2 tours. So one of them will be a full day tour of Yosemite. While you're there, you'll see the Yosemite Falls, Ribbon Falls, Cathedral Rock, and El Capitan. Also in San Francisco, you will have the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour there. And there you'll just have to sit back, relax, and take in the iconic sites that the city has to offer. There's over 20 different stops that this hop-on, hop-off stops at. Some include the Golden Gate Bridge, Fisherman's Wharf, Chinatown, plus many more. While you're in Glacier Park, you'll be spending 3 nights at the Glacier Park Lodge, which is just 209 steps away from the Amtrak station. Also, they do run a shuttle, so if you did not want to walk, you can definitely take that shuttle there. While you're there, you have 2 tours. One of the tours would be the to Medicine Valley Boat Cruise Tour. And the second tour will be the Big Sky Circle Tour of the park. Those are on the big red jammer buses. There you'll see the viewing wildlife at Goat Lick. You'll have the Grand Cedar Hemlock Forest. You'll see Lake McDonald Lodge, as well as going to the Sun Road at Logan's Pass and down the St. Mary's Valley. So that's a Grand National Parks with Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and Glacier. So that's 15 days. That's 8 nights hotels and 5 nights aboard Amtrak. This does include coach class on the train, but again, we could upgrade you to the roomette or bedroom accommodation, especially with our flash sale running. I really would suggest that. And our next package I'm going to talk about today is the Grand National Parks of the Southwest. This is one of my favorite newer packages. This just came out. It's a little different than the rest that we have to offer. I'll tell you why in a bit. But first off, it does start in Chicago, or we can customize it from your hometown. And it does an overnight train from Chicago to Grand Junction on the California Zephyr. You'll spend one night there and have some sightseeing tours from the Arches and Canyonland National Park before spending 2 nights in Springdale, having tours of Zion and Bryce Canyon Capitol Reef, before spending one more additional night in Grand Junction and taking the California Zephyr back to Chicago. So this trip is a little different than most because while you're in Grand Junction, we will have a private luxury SUV pick you up and drive you to all these different locations. It's a personal guided tour with you and whoever you're traveling with. So what's great about this is you can spend as much time as you want at either Arches or Canyonlands. The tour guide will be driving, so you don't have to worry about any of that, and they're very knowledgeable in this area. So everything is included basically. You don't have to worry about transfers, anything like that. So while on this trip, you will be visiting a full day tour of the Arches and Canyonlands National Park. And there you'll see over 2,000 natural sandstone arches, as well as some awesome colors, bold textures of both parks. You also will be having a full day tour of Zion National Park, which is one of the most popular parks of the United States and the most requested park that our customers have been asking for. So it's really exciting that we have this park available for everyone to visit, as well as the Bryce Canyon and Capitol Reef National Park day tour as well. So that is the Grand National Parks of the Southwest. That is 7 days. 4 nights at a hotel and 2 nights on Amtrak. Again, round trip and coach accommodation, but definitely can upgrade you to the roomette or the bedroom as well. So if you were looking to focus more on train experience and not destinations, then the rail experiences are probably for you. So the rail experience, like I said, just focuses on mostly the train. So the Grand Rail experience starts in Chicago, or again from your hometown. And it's 2 overnights on the Empire Builder over to Seattle. After your 2 nights there, you'll take the Coast Starlight down to Los Angeles with 1 night in Los Angeles before taking the Sunset Limited train for 2 nights over to New Orleans and spending 2 nights there before taking the Crescent for an overnight train up to Washington, D.C., spending 1 night in Washington, D.C., before taking the train back to Chicago. So like I said about customization before, just because it starts in Chicago doesn't mean we can't do it different ways. So say if you want to start this in Washington, D.C., we can customize that for you, or if you want to start from the West Coast, we can customize it for you for that as well. While you're on this trip, you will have the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour of Seattle. So this tour will have many stops. For example, the Space Needle, Pioneer Square, Pike's Place, Chinatown, Georgetown, and many more. It's basically your form of transportation around the city. You could hop on and hop off as you please with a guided tour guide. While in Los Angeles, you'll have that same hop on, hop off tour there. Some locations on that tour will be Venice Beach, the Santa Monica Pier, Hollywood Boulevard, Rodeo Drive, and that's just to name a few. While you are in New Orleans, you'll have a guided tour throughout the city. There you'll see several main attractions, for example, the French Quarter, Jackson Square, historic cemeteries, and City Park, as well as many more. In Washington, D.C., you will have the Monuments by Moonlight tour. So this tour is very popular with everyone that books in Washington, D.C. This tour brings you around the monuments at night while they're all lit up. It's a different aspect than during the day. Plus, when you're going here, it's a lot less crowded. So that's definitely suggested when visiting Washington, D.C. And that is the Grand Rail Experience, 14 days. That's 6 nights hotel accommodation, 7 nights on board Amtrak. Again, that is in coach accommodations, but since there's going to be 7 nights on board, I definitely suggest upgrading to the roomette or the bedroom accommodation. And don't forget to use our flash sale that's currently running to save some money off your vacation package. If you like the idea of the rail experience, but that one might be a little bit too long, then I do suggest the Northern Rail Experience. I mean, this is one of our most popular trips here that I sell to clients, and this does include the top 3 train routes that Amtrak has to offer. So this package starts in Chicago or your hometown with 2 nights on board Amtrak on the Empire Builder over to Seattle, 1 night in Seattle, with 1 night on the Coast Starlight down to San Francisco, spending 2 nights there, back to Chicago on the California Zephyr with 2 nights on board Amtrak there. While in Seattle, you have the sightseeing tour there of Seattle. And in San Francisco, you'll have that hop on, hop off sightseeing tour that will bring you to the Golden Gate Bridge, Fisherman's Wharf, all those local areas. You'll also have a sightseeing cruise, and you'll have the tour of the Murray Woods that will bring you out to the redwood trees and the coastal city of Salisto. So that is the Northern Rail experience. Altogether will be 9 days with 3 accommodations at a hotel and 5 nights on board Amtrak. Again, you can upgrade to the bedroom or roomette accommodation since this package is priced in coach seating. Maybe you just want to visit one destination and not multiple cities, then we do have vacation packages that is just one destination. For example, the Grand Canyon Getaway round trip from Chicago. This package is so popular. It's people call this daily. I talk to many people all day about this, so if you're definitely interested in the Grand Canyon, I would give us a call today just so we could try to find some space available for you. So the Grand Canyon Getaway starts in Chicago or your hometown. It's one night down on the train going to Williams. You'll be spending one night in Williams before taking that Grand Canyon Railway train up to the South Rim with one night on the South Rim, and you will have a sightseeing tour around that area before taking that train back down to the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel. I'm in Williams, spending one more night there and taking the train back to Chicago. So that's a Grand Canyon Getaway round trip from Chicago, altogether 6 days with 3 hotel accommodations, 2 nights on board Amtrak, again in coach class. Another popular destination getaway we have is a Seattle getaway. We have 2 nights of accommodation at a hotel with the hop on, hop off sightseeing tour there. And you will have the Space Needle and Chihuly Garden Glass combo admission. Again, we could add whatever reel that you want to add from your hometown. We next have the New York City Ultimate Getaway, which is 3-night hotel accommodation. It does include the hop on, hop off sightseeing tour of the city, as well as a dinner at the popular restaurant. It also includes a New York City Pass, which that is prepaid admission to, let's say, the Empire State Building, the 9/11 Memorial, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and a sightseeing cruise around the Statue of Liberty. Again, we could add whatever rail onto this package from your hometown. For all these destinations we have to offer, keep in mind we do work with hotels from 3 to 5 stars, so whatever you prefer, we could customize exactly for you. We have so many other different locations to offer. This is just the top of the packages we have, so I definitely suggest you going to our destinations tabs on our website of amtrakvacations.com. Our system map will pull down and you can see everything that we have to offer. Also, feel free to go to the blog section. This webinar will be on there as well as other ones that we have in the past. So if you wanted to listen to other ones to get an idea, better idea about Amtrak Vacations and the train, definitely go to that tab. And also I would suggest going over to the trip planning tab. It definitely tells you everything you need while planning a trip, how to make a reservation, order brochure, baggage guidelines, meals, anything that you have questions for, you probably could find right there, or you could give us a call at 1-800-268-7252. So how to book? I would definitely give us a call and talk to one of our vacations consultants here. Our number is 1-800-268-7252, or you could book on our website at amtrakvacations.com, or another great way to book is call your local travel agent. We do have some everyday discounts available for everyone. One of the first ones is a children discount, so ages 2 to 12 will receive 50% off the real portion of the Amtrak Vacations. Seniors will over 65 will receive 10% off the real portions of the Amtrak Vacations. And active military personnel and their spouses and dependents will receive 10% off the rail portion of their Amtrak package. We do have everyday discounts on trending destinations, for example, Niagara Falls, the Arches National Park, Seattle, Grand Tetons. There's many more up there, so take a look at our website or give us a call today, and we could definitely let you know what's going on with those discounts. And don't forget to download your handouts on the panels on the side, as well as now's your time to enter in any questions you want me to answer. I could definitely provide you with the answer to those in just a few minutes. And don't forget, we do have a flash sale running today, which is great news. It's $200 off if you upgrade to a roomette accommodation, $300 off if you upgrade to a bedroom accommodation. And this is for vacation packages, so with hotels, tours, and trains. And this is just for a limited time offer. We don't know when it's going to end, so it could end today. Like I said, a couple days next week, we don't know. So I would definitely jump on this as soon as possible just so you can get those savings. And before I answer your questions, I do have a question for you. What rail vacation and destinations are you interested in and when? Oh, let's see, I have Bob wanting to go to Boston. Oh, great choice. Steve wants to go to Glacier National Park. Awesome choice, very popular. Let's see. Mary wants to go to Niagara Falls. Awesome. Jane, let's see. Jennifer wants to go to New Orleans during Christmas. That sounds so fun. Definitely would do that. Let's see. Barbara wants to go to the Grand Canyon. Beverly wants to go to the Grand Canyon as well. Jane wants to go to Yellowstone. Awesome choices here. All right. And before I answer your questions, we do have a gift card to give away to someone today. So let's see. And the winner of today's $100 Amtrak Vacations gift card will be Lisa Miller. So your $100 Amtrak Vacations gift card will be coming in your inbox shortly. So now if you have any questions, enter in that box and I could definitely answer some for you. So I have someone asking here, how much are typical roomette and bedroom upgrades without the special bonus? So it just varies. There's no one set price for the upgrade to the bedroom or the roomette accommodations. Everything based on availability, destination, how many people. So whatever you're interested in, I would suggest giving us a call and we can just give you more information about that in the pricing. Katie asks, are there sightseeing tours accessible with people with disabilities? I require a wheelchair or walker. So that's definitely a yes. We accommodate handicap accessible people. We have handicap accessible rooms on the train, as well as coach seats, as well as most of our tours are handicap accessible that will accommodate walkers or wheelchairs. Just depends on what you're looking for. Give one of our vacation consultants a call and we could definitely set that up for you. Ralph asked a good question about, do the trains have internet service? Most of the trains do not have internet service. All the ones that we went over today does not have Wi-Fi. Basically, only the regional trains have Wi-Fi or internet service. And Jean asks, are the prices per person or per couple? So it's based on double occupancy. So the prices you see are the price per person based on double occupancy. Beverly asks, do you order your food when staying in a bedroom or select on the onboard menu? So we do have dining service, so you can just go to the dining car, and that's when it's like a restaurant. So they'll give you a menu, and then that's when you pick what you want to eat that night. You can definitely get reservations for the dining car. You just have to speak to your room attendant once you get on the train, and they'll definitely put you on there. And again, you don't have to order in your room, but if you wanted to, you could have your room attendant bring the food to you. Virginia asks, can we stop one way to many of your stations? You could definitely go one way. You don't have to do round trip at all. If you just wanted to go there, take the train and fly home, many of our customers definitely do that. Kathy asks, how far in advance should we be booking? I would say as soon as possible. We already have plenty of people calling for 2020 bookings. Um, Everything does sell out pretty fast, especially for national parks. Also, if you want the best pricing, the further out in advance you book, the better the price you get. So as soon as possible. I have Jean asking, what is hop on, hop off? Hop on, hop off, that bus tour, it just makes stops to the famous locations that the city has to offer. So it's basically your form of transportation. Could bring you from one location to the next, as well as while you're on there, it's a guided sightseeing tour. So it's not really just hopping off. They stop and they let you off, so you don't have to worry about hopping actually. Shirley asked, how much more is a bedroom for the 9-day trip? Everything varies on different prices. So you definitely have to give us a call or give your travel agent a call, and we can definitely get any pricing for you that you need. I have Diana already booked a New Orleans trip for September. Awesome. I hope you have a great trip. Jean here asked, what are the handicap accommodations? So we do have a handicap room available on trains. It is able to get the wheelchair and walkers in the room with you, as well as has a bigger bathroom, so you could definitely wheel something in there for you. As well as if you didn't want a sleeper, we do have bigger coach seats. Kay asked a good question. Can you lock your roomette door while you're out? So no. So you only can lock the door while you're in the room, but when you're outside, you won't be able to lock it. But the room attendant is walking around your train car, so making sure everything's all set, so you don't have to worry about anyone going in your actual room. Lisa asks, are these direct or do you stop at stations along the way to the destination? So you always stop in the destination, you always stop picking to pick people up and drop people off along the way. You don't have time to get on and off the train and sightsee, but you can get off to get some fresh air to hop back on. That's usually why it takes a couple nights or a night to get from one location to other, because it is making frequent stops along the way. So this is a great question. I have someone asking here, if you're a rewards member, can you use Amtrak points for vacation packages? And unfortunately, the answer is no. We're just a different company than Amtrak. So we use their trains to book vacation packages for big cities or national parks. So you won't be able to use the rewards, but you could definitely gain points while using us. So if you book a vacation package, just give one of our vacations consultants your reward number, and we could add that on so you can earn points. I have someone here that's already booked and has plenty of questions. Just give us a call and we could definitely help you with those questions. Lynn asked, do you go to Banff and Lake Louise from Glacier? We do go to Banff and Lake Louise, but not from Glacier. You would have to take the train over to Vancouver before taking the Via Rail up to Jasper and then down to those locations. We don't cross the border right there in Glacier National Park. Chris asked, do we have to completely pack to get off the train at each stop? Do we get back on a different train after we stay overnight? So whatever location you are staying at, you do have to get off the train and pack. You are switching trains. Once the train drops you off, it keeps going, so it's not going to stay there for you. So yes, the answer is you do have to pack the bags and get to the next location. Stephen asks, is there transportation to and from hotels from the train station included? The answer is no, there is no transportation that we have to offer, but we do suggest getting a taxi or renting an Uber, something along those lines. And usually most of the locations have Amtrak, at the Amtrak stations have cabs lined up waiting for you, so it's very easy. Also, our hotels are just a mile or 2 miles away, so we're very close by to the hotel. Jennifer asked again, do all vacations need to be a round trip? And the answer is no. We can customize any package. So if you want to do it one way and fly home, you could do that. Or if you want to go one way and then keep going, for example, if you want to start in Chicago and end in Seattle, we definitely can do that for you. I have Kathy interested in 2020 trips. When will trip information become available? They are already available. So give us a call and we can definitely help you. It's good that you're already looking to book now because right now you get the best price. I have someone here asking, can you build your own trip up and down the West Coast? And the answer is yes, we can customize any trip. So if you know exactly what dates you're interested in, where you want to go, give us a call and we can build that trip for you. I have Anthony asking here if we are starting from the Kansas City area, which station will we start? And the answer is Kansas City. We definitely have a train station there. Jean asked, what are the smoking rules? You can't smoke on the train. There is no outside area that you could do that at. The only time you can do it is when the train stops to pick people up and drop people off. You could get off and smoke real fast to get back on the train. Just make sure you don't miss the train. I have Terry asking here, do you have reserved a specific coach seat or you just sit wherever is available? And the answer is you just sit where is available. You get to pick your own seat. Most of the trains you will get a seat no matter what it is reserved. It's just you pick once you get on the train. Charlene asked, do you have any New England tours? The answer is yes. We have a very popular tour of the fall foliage that includes Boston and Portland. If you don't want to do that, we also just have Boston and Portland tours. I have someone asking here, what is the price from Los Angeles to the Grand Canyon package? That's called the Rails to the Grand Canyon. The price, again, varies on different accommodations, how many people. So definitely give our vacations consultant a call and we can get that price set up for exactly what you're looking for. Great question by Terry. If the coach seats are an overnight, what access is there to a showers? And the answer is there's no access to showers if you have a coach seat. You do have access to the bathroom, which is toilet, and a little vanity, but unfortunately you don't have access to any showers. You just have to wait till you get to the hotel accommodations. I have a lot of questions here about solo travelers, and we definitely accommodate for solo travelers. I have one of the questions, do you share a roomette? The answer is no, you don't share anything. You're still traveling on your own. You don't have to worry about any other person jumping in your train car or anything like that. So for pricing for solos, I would just definitely give us a call. It's not doubled or anything like that. It's just instead of splitting the cost of a room with 2 people, it's basically you're paying for it all. So whatever trip you're interested in, give us a call and we can definitely set that up for you and let you know what the price would be for solo travelers. Ralph asked, can we leave some of our luggage on the train when we have 1 or 2 days stay at a hotel along the way? And the answer is no, because again, it drops you off and the train keeps going. So you won't get on the same train. You have to bring the luggage with you. Cynthia asked, can you request a front seat while traveling on city tours? And we could definitely request that for you. That's no issue. Might not be guaranteed, but we could request it. Tim does ask, do all riders have access to the observation car? And the answer is yes. So any accommodations you have, whether it's the coach seats, the sleeper accommodations, everyone has access to that observation car, and it is first come, first serve. Good question by Lisa. Can you take your own private tours when you hop off the train? And the answer is yes. So just what we have set up, you don't have to do everything. You could do whatever you want on your own. This trip is independent, so whatever you want, you could fit into your trip. Carol asked, you leave from Detroit. We do have a train station in Detroit. I have someone say, what if the train station from the hometown is 50 miles from the train station? We would try to find the closest one to you. So whatever that closest one to you is, we could definitely start it from there. Other than that, some people do drive to the train station that's closest. They can leave the car there. There is overnight parking at most train stops. So I would suggest that. Chris asked if the price at the hotel is included in the price, and the answer is yes. So the prices that you see is including everything we talked about. So the train, hotels, and tours. A question about tipping. So is tipping train staff expected or included? I would say it I would say yes. It's based on what you think that you should tip people. So it's like a restaurant. So you pick what you want to tip. It's not included in the price though. Let's see here. Stephen, do hotels offer shuttle service to the train station? Some do and some don't. I guess it just depends on what location you're looking at and what hotel. We could definitely try to help you and accommodate you looking for those. Diane asks, is there a map showing where all the stops are? And the answer is yes. If you go on to our website at amtrakvacations.com, there is a little area that you could put in your email address and we can email you over a system map. Um, I have someone asking if we have a roomette is the only seat we can use, or can we go to the general area? So if you are in a roomette, you don't have to stay in that seat your roomette the whole time. You could go walk around the car, go to the observation dome, the lounge car. So no, the answer is no, you don't have to sit in your roomette the whole time. You could go to the general areas. Dennis asked, is there food available for coach? And the answer is yes. You could still go to the dining car. They're just not included in your ticket price. So you have to just pay just like a regular restaurant menu. Elizabeth asked, do you have any vacation packages to Florida? We do have one to Miami and the Everglades. So definitely take a look at our website or give us a call and we could definitely look into that further. Yeah, Diana asked, are the observation cars open all night? And the answer is yes. So you could go there whenever you want. Jennifer asks, would a trip from Detroit down to New Orleans have a viewing car? And again, the answer is yes. The observation dome is basically on every train. I have Fletcher asking here, what happens if trains are delayed? Will impact the schedule. If you are on a vacation, there's a train delay, you would just give us a call, speak to our guest relations team, and we would accommodate you for the next train and next availability. And Cindy asks, if do you have your own bathroom or do you share one if you have a sleeper? So if you are in the bedroom accommodation, then you have your private bathroom in the room with you. If you have the roomette accommodation, it's just shared down the hall. Ron asks, is there a light out policy? And the answer is no. And Cynthia asks, how do you handle noisy passengers? I don't believe I've been on a train where it's been too noisy, but I'm sure you could talk to your room attendants and they can assist you with that. So that's all the time we have today. I hope everyone enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions about anything else, or if you have any vacation reservations you want to book, give us a call at 1-800-268-7252 and have a great day.